Good Monday evening. This is Breaking the News. I'm Janice Shortle. With one social media post, President Trump is causing fear and confusion for our Somali community in Minnesota, saying he's going to end temporary protective status for Somalis in our state. This impacts around 400 people here who gained access to our country due to civil war in Somalia. So what's the reaction in community? Here's Heidi.
We're here today because our community is once again being targeted by a coordinated campaign of hate, misinformation, and public scapegoating.
The Minnesota chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations says it's received threats and hateful messages in response to President Trump's post on Truth Social, saying he was, quote, terminating effective immediately TPS for Somalis in Minnesota.
We as a community do not want to be involved in the political fight between the left and right.
The president called Minnesota a, quote, hub of fraudulent money laundering activity and alleged without proof that Somali gangs were terrorizing the state. In the case of Feeding Our Future, the biggest pandemic-related fraud scheme in the country, only a couple convicted were found to be in the country illegally. The vast majority are naturalized U.S. citizens.
I think there's a lot of shock. There's a lot of fear. There's concerns about escalation and also more targeting.
CARE Executive Director Jaylani Hussein says he's worried Trump's words will inspire outside agitators, as he says Minnesota leads the nation in attacks against mosques, with 40 in the past 4 years.
We've asked our community leaders to be mindful. We've asked our mosques and our community centers to be on edge and to make sure that they are vigilant.
Hussein says they're focused on the community's safety and plan to talk to law enforcement across the state about increasing patrols. They also want social media monitored for disinformation targeting Somalis.
We're encouraging people not to spread rumors that they might be hearing on social media. There's a lot of misinformation out there that's only working to make people afraid.
Alex Shaw, Civil Rights Director at CARE, says Trump's announcement has no legal effect.
What we want people to hear today is that while this is a cause for concern, it is not a cause for panic.
TPS programs can only be terminated by the Secretary of Homeland Security and require a 60-day notice. We heard from Christine Nome when she was at MSP Airport yesterday, and she said they plan to follow the process that's in law to evaluate TPS. CARE Minnesota says while nothing has happened yet, they're encouraging those affected to consult with an immigration attorney as soon as possible. Jana.